Jenna? The biggest underlying reason for the nursing shortage is the inadequate number of nurse educators. Despite there being a large need for nurses in many healthcare settings, nursing programs are notoriously competitive. In 2014, U.S. schools turned away almost 70,000 qualified nursing applicants because they didn't have the capacity for them. Faculty shortages remain the biggest factor of why nursing schools turn away such a large number of qualified applicants. The scarcity of nurse educators is due largely in part to the fact that many educators are aging out of the profession and entering retirement, as well as the fact that nurses seeking their higher learning are often lured into becoming specialty nurses such as nurse practitioners, rather than becoming nurse educators. Therefore, a shortage of nurse educators ultimately leads to a shortage of nurses.
During the Great Depression, reports of an incoming nursing shortage began to take effect throughout the U.S. This shortage went on to afflict our healthcare system for nearly 5 decades. About 25% of the nursing population was removed to serve in World War II. In an attempt to fix this problem, Congress enacted the 1943 Bolton Act, which provided $160 million for nurse education funding and financial support for nursing students. In 1974, the U.S. Department of Labor conducted an investigation called the Economic Status of Registered Professional Nurse. This study exposed the current treatment of nurses and the lack of pay and incentives that they received. In the late 1960s, hospitals finally began offering nurses better salaries. Taking advantage of this chance to improve their economic situation, more nurses joined or rejoined the workforce, temporarily alleviating the issue.
Although there was a 3.7% increase of enrollment into the nursing program in 2018, it still does not suffice the demand of nursing and medical services in the U.S. In a July 2017 study, Dr. Linda Aiken and her colleagues released findings in acute care hospitals in Europe, which found that a greater amount of nurses at the bedside is associated with better outcomes for patients and nurses. Reducing nursing skill mix by adding assistive personnel without the professional nurse qualifications may contribute to preventable deaths, erode care quality, and contribute to nursing shortages.
As our population grows in size and in age, the demand for nurses increases. Issues caused by a lack of nurses, such as fatigue and stress, can cause more medical errors, which lead to problems and suffering for patients. One of the top contributors to overcrowded emergency departments is the nursing shortage. An astounding 92% of emergency departments have reported that they experience patient overcrowding. Patients are unable to receive fast medical care and thereby are at risk of permanent disability, additional medical procedures, or even death. Studies show that an increase of 1 full-time registered nurse per 1,000 inpatient days was associated with a 4.3% decrease in patient mortality.
Several nurses are required to work longer shifts and manage more patients as a result of the nursing shortage. When this happens, the likelihood of stress, emotional burnout, job dissatisfaction, and potential injury increases. Nurses become burnt out and are more likely to make medical mistakes. Failure to rescue rates increase, which adds to their stress. These high levels of stress can cause nurses to leave their jobs altogether, creating an even higher demand of nurses, and the cycle repeats.
There are 4 simple ways to fix the nursing shortage. Hospitals could increase the wages, because only 53% of registered nurses are satisfied with their salaries. They could target other groups of students from other environments, offer more training and education opportunities, and they can hire seasonal help during flu season and the holidays. Luckily, you're all going to be just fine. We have a great nursing staff to patch you up. Just don't go around hitting more pedestrians, okay?